He's gonna be like, I'm Geralt of St. Louis. Hey guys, it's your girl Aisha, aka Geek XX Chic, and we are here with the season finale of The Witcher Season 4, Episode 8, which is called Baptism of Fire. I can't think that's going to be something happy, but we're just going to have to go with it. So in the last episode, we had Geralt have one of his more witchery moments where they were going through a swamp and they faced off with some spirits, but that also helped him to kind of refocus on what's important to him and also resurface some of the fears that he was experiencing. And as a result, two of the people left the party. One of the dwarves and one of the gnomes decided they wanted to go back home, and the experience kind of shook them to the point of wanting to do what they want to do in case it's their last days. Yennefer found Geralt and they spent some quality time together and basically reaffirmed their determination for Geralt to find Ciri and to take care of Emhyr, while Yennefer found Vilgefortz and takes care of him. And then on the Ciri side of things, she discovered the plot that's happening in the south of, her dupe marrying Emhyr, as well as Missel finding out who she really is. And it looks like Ciri's decided that she does not want to continue living this half-life that she's trying to, pull off the rats. But just as she was trying to walk away from that life, she discovered that the trap has been set by Leo to catch the rats and basically dispose of them all to get to Ciri. So we ended the episode with her frantically trying to get to them before anything happens. So that's basically where we are. Let's jump into the episode. Just before I do though, please do hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. And please do leave comments, as it helps the girl out a lot. All right, they're out of the way. Let's get into the episode right now.
It's not a rope, it's a rope.
Well, then maybe.
See, you tripped for a reason. Look, it's a fairy.
Never seen any monkeys on my travels here.
I bet you don't miss a trip if the price is right.
Either you take us, or we'll take it ourselves.
He wasn't asking. Yeah, do you want to keep your boat or no? And your lives.
This is how we get to Nilfgaard. I've taken shits longer than this ride.
Calm down, don't jinx it.
Baboons.
Are these baboons? Or are you hallucinating?
Gorillas fighting behind enemy lines.
Really? Baboons and gorillas? Okay, sure.
Into their fight.
Well, I mean, that's what they warned you of.
No, what to do that for, you idiot? That's gonna piss them off even more.
How are we gonna get over? We still need to get there.
We're on your side!
They can't hear a word. I knew it was jinxed. The second the dwarf is like, this is an easy, quick run. No, you should have been like, wow, this is perilous and hard. Let's hope we make it across.
Our Witcher knew his quest for Ciri was in danger.
Oh, we're back to the storytelling. We haven't looked at this since episode 1. I forgot all about it.
They came to be known as the Hansa. Angoulême coined it.
How much time has passed? I'm so confused. Why are we doing multiple timelines again?
How about it? A final story?
Yes, please, Strybog. What did the Hansa do?
Please tell us.
Okay.
Shouldn't Nimue tell, since she loves to correct everybody?
Some kind of joint army.
No need in knowing him intimately. Let's just be glad we weren't fucked and move on.
Stop jinxing us! See? Every time he says something. I love the way that Rage is like, oh, not today. Anything you can do with your vamp powers from here? Is there something bigger?
What the fuck is that?
Yeah, they're about to sink that. Oh. Oh, that's a lot of chunks. Who saved you?
Milva!
Oh, she's still on the North Shore. Yes, you owe her. I thought she was gonna leave. So she's still pregnant?
Quite an entrance.
Someone had to save your asses.
Clearly, but I'm confused.
I'm fine. Truly, I am.
No, not Regis! I will kill all of you!
You in the heart.
Oh, dear one. Haven't I disabused you of these quaint human notions? Imagine a simple shard of wood being my end.
Let's hope neither is in the foreseeable future.
Right? Don't scare me like that.
Welcome back.
But I love that he's like, that was good archery, actually. Aw, Geralt's getting soft. Look at him smiling so much. His face must hurt. Well, everything looks great.
Rita,
I feel like this magic should be so much more useful.
Novices.
Like, can't we just clean this place up with magic?
I actually thought we could do it. I really
crazy.
believed because we wanted it so badly that we would finally destroy Vilgefort.
We got damn close, though.
I know she's your daughter,
Aw,
but she was also our hope.
she's still out there.
In order for us to survive, we sorceresses had to become soldiers.
That's so funny. She's like, I'm just telling you I BS that whole speech. I hope you don't mind.
What will be our strongest asset from here forward?
Magic?
Our sisterhood.
Right. That too.
Everyone's so scared of Leo Bonhart. Can't wait to see the look on his face when we get the drop on him.
Oh, God. That's hilarious that you actually think you can get the drop on him.
Mistle's right. Falcon made her choice. We made the better one.
Sure you did.
Best way to become legends is to kill one.
I know it might make me mean, but if we lose most of these people, I'm not going to be that sad. This is going to get messy. I don't know how Ciri's going to do without tapping into her magic, to be perfectly honest.
The rest of our journey to the Druids might be safer afoot.
I'd agree.
Them? Again?
Fuck's sake.
Right?
What are they saying?
Something about horsons?
In between all the horsons and
Seed waste. Seed waste is hilarious. I'm keeping that.
Nilfgaardian spies! You are hereby ordered by Her Majesty the Queen!
If I'm a spy, why the hell would I listen to you?
Not much further, we reach open sea.
Well, that's fun.
I'm a vampire.
He's like, by the way. Oh, bloody hell. He wasn't going to eat you, bro.
We need to get off the water.
Hilarity. Just trying to get from one side to the other, man. You would have been better off swimming. All right, everyone. Can we do something about my girl Fringilla's hair, please? I'm sure we can use some magic for that.
Fringilla, you are stronger than all of us. To have endured what Vilgefort's put you through.
Very true. Oh, this mean you guys are friends now?
And that's been to seek out the powerful and hold on. So you showed up at my door.
You're a rabbit hole.
She's like, I still would have had hair if I'd stayed there, though. Can someone please fix it?
We can also all agree this is Vilgefort's fault.
Period.
Zyma, Elena, and the novices. And we build a lodge of sorceresses.
Ooh, a lodge,
And
not a
we do it
coven?
our way.
Period. No more men dictating how a woman's coven works.
Let's clear that bridge, make land, and cover our tracks. Get back to our real mission and
I don't know, like, I feel like you're gonna be seen.
That's it. Don't mind us.
Yeah, they're gonna mind you. You're a big fairy. Oh God, please don't lose the baby, please. No.
The symptoms are clear. She's miscarrying.
Thanks for announcing it.
Well, they didn't understand.
Nilfgaardian troops on the north end!
Oh, they're busy. They won't be coming for you right now.
This isn't our fight.
No, for her!
Why aren't you listening? I said leave me.
Your privacy, yes,
That's
but no
not
one's
gonna happen.
Squirrel, you saved our hides, and a dwarf never leaves a debt unpaid.
Period.
We're getting you out of here.
You didn't have to save them. You could have just went your way.
It'll be okay, Maria.
Oh, he's calling you by your government name.
What are the chances they were both dropped on their head as babies? Even an officer and a witcher are no match for an entire army of nut-eyes.
Sure?
Can't let them have all the fun now. Come. It won't be long.
Let's go.
Poor
cut
girl.
some milky bastards.
She just accepted that she was going to be a mom. I really hope she doesn't lose it. But that's a lot of strenuous activity. Jumping from that height and the swimming. Again, it's usually not that fragile of a time, but it really depends.
Are about to feel this man's boots so far up your asses you will be biting on buckles! You listen to him!
Yeah! Roar!
Anything to add? Or
Let's fucking move! Exactly. I'm like, some form of cussing. That's all Geralt does. Geralt hasn't taken a potion, so let's hope he can do fancy with it. No armor. Okay, here is a bola. That's right, Yasker. Just get out of the way, babes. Get out! Thanks!
Nilva, the North, is fighting back. It only took a Nilfgaardian, a witcher, and a dwarf to lead them.
Oh yeah, they're just soldiers, most of them.
And you came anyway. You glad you didn't kill me now?
Still out.
I'll let you know.
Jury's still out on that one. Shit, more coming. Never mind! Never mind! Retreat! Okay, if it's between you and him, then y'all have it. You take it. Thank you for not hurting the horses. I know Geralt wouldn't unless he had to. He really likes horses. Go for the knees. Do not mess with a dwarf with an axe. I'm scared. Why are they doing so many close-ups on him? I don't like it. It feels like he's not gonna make it. We love it. Work smarter. Oh, that's gotta hurt. Oh no. Oh, is that okay?
The Queen!
Ah, shit. Now we gotta run again.
They don't need an officer anymore. They need a witcher.
Yeah, he's like, respectfully, I cannot handle that. So this is your wheelhouse, Geralt. Bet you thought you weren't gonna have to work, huh? Vacation's over. Okay, Geralt's like, I'm a little rusty, but I still got the moves. Oh, not your innards. You didn't need them, did you? Mother of pearl, that looks like it hurt a lot. Okay, here, get out of the way, boo. Oh no, your toy's gone. Sorry. Ooh. Sweep the leg, Daniel. She's like, who do I gotta mess up now? Who next? Oh, you're too nice, Geralt. I'd have been like, y'all figure it out. Since you shot at us. Here's like, I've always wanted to walk next to a witcher.
We have the bridge.
For now.
We did.
Can we go check on my girl,
Find Milda.
Maria? Is she all right?
But the Lodge of Sorceresses, you lit that spark.
I led you to an idea. It's up to you to see it through.
Yeah, Yen's not really the creating a circle type of girl.
And I won't let anyone else suffer for this.
You sound like Geralt.
Thank you.
That wasn't a compliment.
It is for her. She's like, that's my man.
Hilil il Fossil. Hilil il Fossil. Hilil.
How is his blood red? It feels like it should be black like his heart.
If I don't come back,
Don't say that.
with or without me,
You gotta keep the dream alive. I agree though, Yennefer's talents are really not gonna be useful. Oh my God. Can you swim, girl? Triss, you could have put me a little closer to the mark. But no, as I was saying, Yennefer's too powerful to just be rebuilding a home as much as, you know, she probably would love to.
The sole survivors of the Battle of Monte Calvo.
Losers.
There's only one way you could have escaped with your lives.
Your head.
Cowardice.
Mm-hmm.
You'll get a second chance.
Oh.
To be better in death than you ever were in life.
Yep. Come power this stuff for me. You dummies. Y'all didn't figure out this man don't care about you? That's so sad. But I guess that's the thing with cults, huh?
I remember.
Double ew. Really violating him when he's dead?
You were always sharp-tongued.
Why is he dismembering them?
I don't know you.
He's like, whoever.
You have the most beautiful eyes.
What is this for? There's really no need for these lies, Vilg.
Vilgefortz knew Yennefer would come for him, but that's another story.
Of course he did.
I'm going to study in Aretusa.
Oh, they rebuilt it?
I can't believe I get to walk the same stones as Lady Yennefer. I learn
Lady?
everything I can about all of them.
She'd be so impressed you called her that. This is the secret chapters.
Studies.
Is this?
No need to nick it this
Is
time.
it from Jaskier?
My eyes are going. It needs a good home. And who knows if any of it's true.
He just likes you, girl. He knows you have an appreciation for the stories.
How this saga ends may depend on you.
But
Is that you? This is a never-ending story.
What happened to her?
Oh, you're still here. He said, I'm not leaving till I get the end.
something begins, but something also ends.
As it always goes. I'm assuming the ending is the time as being a rat. I mean, thank God if that's the case, but we'll see. I have a feeling though, if Missile survives this, I'll be surprised. Oh, you're calling him. But what happened to the element of surprise?
But at least allow me to make you an offer first.
Why don't you suck my ballsack?
I don't think he's into you.
There's a goodly reward for you dead. But I am obligated to tell you.
I don't want to kill you.
Even
bigger.
Because you're boring.
Stop your yapping and get down here, you skinny little fucker.
Yes. The hard way it is.
Y'all should be really worried when someone is having a good time at the idea of killing you. Okay. You know, Siri, if you practiced your magic, you could have portal. He's having a good old time. Y'all should know this. Okay. Y'all don't know what a crazy man look like, huh? Oh, he's gonna play with you first. Did y'all not know that he kills witchers? She's fine.
That's a lot to get through.
Wow. Not a weight joke. I really don't care about him getting hurt. There you go. See? Well, that's why you don't do drugs, kids.
Come on, little mice.
Hmm.
He'd want you to do better, wouldn't he? Not to die like a
He was still alive. I'm so sorry. Night-night, Falca. Or not Falca, Missile. 2 down. No, 3, actually. Not the... Oh, God. Man alive. And y'all still attacking? You haven't figured out to run yet? That's sad. At least y'all got together. That's romantic.
They're all dead. No one will know.
Oh, look at him having a bit of integrity now. Oh. Well, live by the bomb, die by the bomb, I guess. Yeah. Well, actually, she could survive this. Oh, you know what? Maybe Ciri will actually heal her. That might make her dig deep for her magic. I can't believe he still got a chunk of that boy in his mouth. She will.
I get to complete the set.
Damn! Just threw her like a sack of rice. My God. Old man is a problem. Close, but not quite close enough.
Who is this Falca? Who doesn't fear death?
Damn, you just are. Your face is a magnet for spit, huh? Well, that hurts. But you know, you kind of deserved an ass whooping, girl. Only in that you can't run. Why would you say her name? But I guess you dying, never mind. Oh, she just giving up, huh?
Is how you die. In your own piss and shite and your blood and guts.
Okay. Always a monologuer. Always a monologuer. Guess the only thing's gonna save her is the fact that this man wants to fight.
How is she?
She lost the child.
How is she?
Oh, she'll recover. Fully.
Physically.
If it weren't for you and your friends, we'd all be dead. We're wearing black and gold today.
Ew.
Queen Mav of WoW.
Exactly.
The kingdom of Lyria and Rivia.
You're Geralt of Rivia! Even though he took the name just to sound fancy. He's never been to Rivia. He's gonna be like, I'm Geralt of St. Louis.
Whatever happens next, they're staying by my side.
It wasn't an ask.
You led the charge in defense of the bridge.
We did.
Might
Who
have.
asked you to do such a thing when I could not convince my own men?
We didn't want to die?
What's your name?
Geralt.
Just Geralt.
Geralt from where?
Geralt.
No, not really.
Exactly. He's like, I'm not saying Rivia now.
Neil.
I don't want to be a knight. How hilarious, though, that he's actually becoming Geralt of Rivia for real. Now, of all times. You are not Geralt of Rivia?
By my power, right, and privilege, dub you a knight.
Thanks.
Bear this blow. Shirk not away from pain, as you would not.
Serve us faithfully, Sir Geralt of Rivia. With courage.
I'm
and
sorry,
valor.
it's just so funny that he ended up being dubbed Geralt of Rivia in the end.
In the days ahead. And for all of time.
Sure, for now.
Fuck.
Well, that goes away if she dies. Geralt's not gonna do it. We all know that. He's gonna go where Ciri is.
Keep her eyes on me. That'll be your head in the battle.
You can close your eyes. You don't have to watch.
Last one.
Thank you for not making us watch that. Sorry, Siri. I know you never intended for this, but there are consequences for actions or inaction.
You'll do very nicely. There is someone you need to find for me. Someone who stands between me.
Oh, for Geralt.
My destiny.
Well, I mean, if it's a monster, I'm okay.
It's just my own.
Although Geralt's really not at his 100% right now. As they say, no good deed goes unpunished, eh? Geralt had just let this man die.
Geralt of Rivia.
Everything would have been perfect. Really? Really? That's how we end it? Dang. Dang, dang, dang. Okay, guys. Well, that is our season finale, and everyone's in a bit of a precarious position. We have Yennefer, who basically said that, you know, we need to rebuild, you know, now that there's very few witches left on the continent that are not at least following that crazy man. They need to rebuild somehow and, you know, start over in kind of the ashes of what was the old world. But this may not necessarily be a bad thing, because a lot of the old world was not favorable for the witches. We know that the Brotherhood, you know, in true any world and we invent, you know, it seems like misogyny is a part of it to some degree. But anyway, it was built very unfairly. It was built to oppress certain groups and to elevate others with or without justification. And so, you know, as Yennefer brought out, while it's going to be a long and tiring process, it's going to be worth it, because now they can rebuild it in the way that they want. They don't have to rely on the Brotherhood or seek permission or have to worry about all the social norms and all these things that came with a system that started long before most of them were even born. So now they can actually do things the way that they want to do them and raise these girls in a way that'll be much more empowering for them, and just kind of just a new way of doing things altogether. And, you know, they're all pretty happy at the idea of that, because war is no fun. They've been through a lot. And I really like, even though it was a very small moment, I love that Fringilla and Francesca have made up, because, you know, they were really building a beautiful, you know, relationship and friendship before Fringilla's, shall we say, mixed loyalties got in the way. But yeah, we see that that's kind of what some of the witches are going to do, and you know, that's going to be something to keep them busy, and, you know, probably help to uplift their spirits after so much death and so many losses. But then we see that Yennefer, of course, was like, no, I got to keep going after Vilgefortz. It's like, this is the time. He's not 100%. If I wait for him to get stronger and to plot more, we're going to be in trouble. So she's not 100% wrong. I mean, obviously what she said was correct in that it is a shot in the dark. Yennefer is absolutely playing with her life at the very minimum with all of this, but I get where she's coming from. Like, it's kind of a now or never situation. Like, Vilgefortz spent years planning what happened in the last couple of seasons. If he's left to his own devices, he's going to keep going and getting worse. He's desperate now. As they say, nothing is more desperate or more dangerous, than an animal that is feeling like it's backed in a corner. And that's where Vilgefortz is now. He's wounded. He realizes he's on his last legs if he doesn't do something. So he's going to be very dangerous. And if they leave him, it's just going to get worse. So unfortunately, you know, even though, you know, I think that she would have loved to listen to Tristan, just stick around and help rebuild everything. As I said in the episode, that's a waste of Yennefer's talent. Like, she is by far, I mean, I thought it was very sweet that Francesca said Fringilla was the strongest. And yes, in spirit, she might be one of the strongest ones there for certain. Like, she went through God knows how long, all that torture with Vilgefortz, which again, she didn't have to. She did it because she wanted to make it seem like she really was, you know, holding back. And it also gave them more time, right? She really did hold out as long as she could. So anyways, she is very strong in spirit, but I mean, as far as powers go, I think Yennefer is by far the strongest they've got, next to Ciri, of course, but that's a different story. But yeah, so her strength, her abilities, her absolute sheer determination to end this, no one's going to surpass her. And it's going to be wasted at the moment if she's just there cleaning up rubble and sweeping. Though, as I said, I don't understand how we have magic and we can't just clean with magic. I hate when there's limitations like this in magical worlds. Like, you can disrupt space and time and transmogrify people and do all this stuff, but you can't restore a castle? You can't put things back? You can't magically clean a room? Like, what's the point of it then? I'm sorry. Like, these would be the first spells I would learn. How do I rebuild a village and with a snap of my finger? Like, come on. What's this chaos for? But anyways, digressing. So we see that Tristan ended up pinpointing the last place that Vilgefortz's blood could be tracked to, to, and it dropped my girl smack dab in the middle of a water. But I mean, I think she is actually close to where Vilgefortz's gross little fort is. She's just gonna have to get her swim on, or like I said, maybe she can portal someplace a little bit closer. But I have a sneaking suspicion he probably did something to the portals around there. But anyway, my girl is strong. She'll do it. And speaking of Vilgefortz, we got very little of him this episode, outside of the fact that, you know, three lone mages came back, and I'm like, how that, you dummies. If what happened at what's it called? Calva, I can't remember. I always want to say like California, but that's not what it's called. But anyways, whatever happened at that battle, you saw how many people got burnt out trying to burn these witches down and then died. And your ass came crawling back and you thought Vilgefortz is what, gonna give you a high five and a cookie? Of course he killed you. Like what? He knew. The only way y'all survived is because y'all hit. Which, I mean, for survival instincts, you almost had a point, but you went back, so you lost the point. Yeah, the survival instinct would have been to disappear. You could have just disappeared, found some really remote corner, and just hid out there for as long as you could while the war was raging. But no, you went back to the man that you saw sacrifice mage after mage after mage without so much of as batting an eye. And you thought he was just gonna be like, yeah, good job? No. Y'all deserve to be cut and now dismembered in death, which I don't know what he's up to, but he's definitely up to something crazy with that spell. My guess is, like the narrator told us, Vilgefortz was aware of the fact that Yen would be coming. He's not dumb. He knows that Yennefer is very pissed at him and she's very mad she didn't get a chance to finish him off. So, and that's what he would do, right? He would definitely go after Yen too. So I don't know what he's planning, but it's going to be, like I said, a desperate Hail Mary. It's going to be probably, because I'm thinking, I don't think he's in a condition to go up against Yennefer like bat for back with magic now. He's actually still injured. It doesn't look like he can heal himself, thank God. So, and again, dummy, he could have probably used those other mages to help him with that wound. But digressing, he's probably either going to do something where he uses some form of dark magic to augment himself, or he's going to try one last Hail Mary to find Ciri and see if he could use that, because we all know Yennefer would never do anything to hurt Ciri. But I don't think so, though. I think it's going to be him doing something. He's going to try to do something absolutely nuts to himself and his body in an attempt to make himself too strong and try to take out Yennefer that way. That's my prediction at this point. So Yen's probably going to go up against the craziest magical creature she's ever encountered. But that's what's going on in that side of things. And then with Ciri, we can talk about that because it was also a smaller part of the episode. We see that the rats decided they fell for the trap because, as I said in the episode, they've been feeling themselves, right? They've been smelling themselves ever since they've had some successes with Ciri. They keep forgetting that she's the main reason that they had those successes. It really wasn't them. And, between that and getting high and drunk, they're not exactly making good decisions. And so they went off, and I mean, I don't know what about them thinking they could go. I guess it's just, again, youthful hubris, because they just assume because Leo looks old that maybe he was weak. But they should know that witchers are notoriously hard to kill. Like, they're literally made to fight monsters. You really thought that your little half sober behinds were going to be able to take down a seasoned witcher? Like I said, Leo's been around. Like, that man looking as old as he is means he's old as hell. He's been battling a long ass time, and you think that your little parlor tricks were gonna get to him? Especially when he already knew you? That's why he saw all your tricks coming. And honestly, they should have gotten the hint when they shot 3 arrows at him. He dodged them like it was nothing at his age. That shouldn't be something someone his age, if you thought he was old and feeble, should have been able to do without so much as batting an eyelash. Also, anyone with teeth as janky as his, he clearly isn't brushing. That should also warn you that there's something wrong with him. But I digress. So yeah, we see, unfortunately, I do think he didn't want to kill them. He didn't care, right? We know that his thing is all about, he wants to fight, right? He wants to get off on showing how much better he is than his so-called best. He knew that these kids were nowhere near his level, so he didn't want to kill them. It wasn't because he had any mercy or empathy for them. It's because he couldn't be bothered. He was bored by them. But of course, they were feeling themselves, so they went and said, okay, we're going to do this. And of course, when Ciri wasn't there, that's when he was like, okay, if you tell me where she is or lead me to her, I will let you live. And he absolutely would have. But I do think there was a certain level of them having a loyalty. Like, I do think maybe not necessarily to Ciri herself, but, to the whole idea of the rats, right? Was why they wouldn't have given her up regardless. But as we see, they all died fairly quickly. He toyed with them a little bit, but inevitably they all died very, very painfully. But I kind of knew it was going to happen. I knew as soon as the bounty hunter was hired, I'm like, oh, they're all going to, I expected at least some to die. because that's just the way of Ciri, unfortunately. But I didn't think they necessarily all have to go until I saw Leo. Then I was like, oh yeah, they're all gonna go. I thought maybe there was a teeny tiny possibility that maybe Ciri would pull out something to save Missile, but I also kind of thought too that, I mean, her Missile, I mean, we don't exactly know the exact amount of time that's passed since she joined the Rats, but it hasn't been long. I'm thinking it's been a couple months at most. So I'm not saying you can't feel very strongly for somebody in a very short amount of time, but you get what I'm saying. Like, it's kind of Ciri's first relationship. Well, it's not her first love. I think her first love was the elf boy, but it's her first relationship, like her first kind of grown-up relationship. And, you know, I mean, I think the feelings were there, but I don't think they were that deep. I mean, look how many times Ciri was willing to walk away. So again, and I don't think it's because she didn't want to care for Missile, but, you know, there was always that wall between them because of Ciri trying to forget who she is and trying to pretend she don't care about anyone, but also a defense mechanism because she's been hurt so many times by caring for people who've gotten hurt, quote unquote, because of her. So yeah, you know, she really wasn't, she cared for Missile. She obviously did not want Missile to end up like this, but you know, it wasn't enough to evoke something in her a little bit deeper. And it sucks, but everything that Leo was saying to her was very true in that it was like, you have the skill, you have the ability to do better, but you don't have the desire to fight. And it wasn't for that situation, obviously, but in general, right? Ciri doesn't want to fight. She's tired of fighting. And she's only tired of fighting because she hasn't genuinely accepted who she is and she doesn't feel a real cause to fight for, right? Because when you genuinely care about something, you push through. Yennefer and Geralt have found their reasons. Geralt, it's his family. He wants his girls. He wants them to be safe. He wants them with him. We saw it in his deepest dreams. He wants to grow old with his woman. He wants to see Ciri go off and live a life that's happy and safe and full. That's what he wants. That is something so real and so tangible and so important to him that he pushes through pain, a leg that's practically rotting off, like everything. He's pushing through and finding that will to dig deep. We saw what happened when he was chained up after everything that what's his name, that Dijkstra did to him. And he broke through chains without the Witcher potion. That's how deep Geralt can dig because he cares that much about his purpose. Yennefer, the same thing, to protect the things that she cares about: magic, her family, and the future. Those things mean everything to Yennefer, and we've seen her almost drain her chaos to protect if that's what it takes. Right? So that's where Ciri, she needs to get to the point where she really recognizes and accepts who she is. And that's really what it comes down to. When Ciri accepts that she's the one, she's the chosen one, it is what it is. She didn't ask, she don't want it, but it's her. She's the chosen one. All of this is in her hands and she's got the power to end it and stop it. When she realizes that it's not about her being a burden or whatever, when it's all about that her family, Geralt, Yennefer, she loves them more than anything. She wants that connection and family. When she realizes that it's mutual and it doesn't matter that there's peril and there's a lot of things that have come along with loving and caring for Ciri, when she realizes that that doesn't matter because they love her as much as she loves them, she will have what it takes to fight for them. She'll want to fight for it. And then by extension, she's going to want to fight for a world where they can live. And the only way that can happen is if she fulfills her destiny, right? So it's all like, I just kind of like how Leo's kind of not inadvertently, you know, telling Ciri what she kind of knows deep down anyway, which is that she needs to find her will to fight. Otherwise, she will just die on the ground crying in a puddle of her own tears and other bodily fluids. And that's not for her. That's not Ciri's way. It's not the way she's going out. But yes, at the moment, this man is definitely trying to do everything to trigger that fight or flight in Ciri. And, you know, like I said, it's not really happening at the moment because, as I said, even though she did like the Rats, it's not that deep, right? Sadly, they're not at that level for her. It has to be something else. And so I'm not sure exactly what it's going to take. I mean, I feel like this guy's going to take her because, I mean, she is the bounty. He doesn't want to kill. I mean, he was told to kill her, right? That was his instruction by, dude, I can't remember, the guy from Nilfgaard. But we all know that he wants the fight. Right? He doesn't want to, he doesn't want to just take her out. He could have done that already. So I don't know what he's going to plan to do. I think he's going to drag her around for a bit, seeing what he can do to trigger that fight in her. But hopefully it'll be something. I think it's going to have to be related to Geralt. Maybe she's going to sense that Geralt's in danger or something, but it's going to have to be something that is really deep and intrinsic to her to wake her up and make her really accept what she tried to burn away last season. And then, you know, once that happens, obviously that unwashed Witcher wannabe Leo will finally be dealt with, and then she can finally get on with what she's got to get on with. But yeah, that was kind of Ciri for now. You know, she's dealing with her existential crisis. And then on the side of Geralt and company, they were headed further south, continuing on, even though they know that, you know, they know now, thankfully, that at least Ciri's not with, the real Ciri's not with Emhyr, but they know that they still have to take Emhyr out because he's not going to stop coming for Ciri or for him if they don't do that. And we see that they need to cross the river, and what should have been a very simple crossing turned out to be a whole adventure, from trying to run from the war to eventually having to get directly involved because it was the only way to ensure that they were not going to get killed from either side. And we see that unfortunately in the midst of it all, Milva did come back. I thought she was going to leave because she's, you know, she wanted to be a mom, but you know, she just couldn't let her friends get killed. And unfortunately, it looks like maybe the rigor of her doing what she needed to do was a little too much. And I know in the last episode I talked all about how usually the first trimester is pretty stable, but you know, it's not, as I said also, it's not the same for everyone. It's not a written rule that every woman has the same experience. And like, for all intents and purposes, Milva should have been okay, but she's been going through a lot, right? It's been a lot of horseback riding. It's the swamp. She went through a lot physically and probably also emotionally. So anyways, unfortunately, it looks like as much as she was trying to protect her baby, it just didn't work out this time. And, you know, in light of all that's happening right now, I'm never, ever, ever happy to hear that someone loses a baby. But in this particular case, it's, you know, the silver lining of it is that this was kind of the worst time ever to give birth. The first time ever really to be like, it was going to be very difficult for Milva going forward to travel in her condition, especially where she was. And maybe she was someplace more peaceful. But anyways, I'm sad for her though, because I know she did want to have this baby. She just made up her mind that she was okay with being a mom, and then to have that taken away is very, very sad. But I guess on the upside that they're so busy with everything that's going on right now, I don't think she's gonna have a ton of time to focus on it. But yeah, when the time comes, I mean, like the doctor, I'm assuming he was the doctor in the camp, he did say she's gonna be okay. She will recover physically. You know, it will be some emotional healing for her once everything calms down. But the good news is that she'll be able to, if she still wants to be a mom, I am certain that that opportunity will present itself again. And they've already kind of heavily hinted that her and Cahir kind of have a little something brewing. So, you know, who knows? We might see in the future that she'll get another chance. And I think Cahir wouldn't mind being a dad when this is all said and done, since he seems to have a very protective spirit about him. But anyways, that was Milva's side story. And then we see that there was a battle on the bridge. Of course, it was kind of funny to watch. Well, Jaskier. Anyway, watching, mostly Cahir and Jaskier kind of whipping the soldiers into shape and kind of doing a 300 type of situation. If you ever saw that movie, right? They were grossly outnumbered and it really could have been a massacre. But thanks to the verve and the extra, you know, wind in their sails that this group gave them, they were able to actually get it done. And of course, it didn't hurt that Geralt is a crazy good fighter. And Cahir's nothing to shake a stick at either. And thankfully, our dwarf friend was a smart fighter. And it's like, yeah, well, I can't knock out all your ankles, but you know, he let go of the logs, and that thankfully got the cavalry on the run. So yeah, thankfully that got them peace for at least another day or two. But in the midst of everything, Geralt of Rivia has now been officially knighted. Sir Geralt of Rivia. I'm sorry, it's just so funny because we heard this season the story of how he named himself. And yeah, the fact that he'd never been to Rivia, he just thought it was a cool sounding name. And now he actually found the Queen of Rivia of all things, and now she's knighted him. But the downside, unfortunately, is that, you know, as they say, no good deed goes unpunished. And here we are, poor Geralt now, he's been sworn to service to the Queen. So we all know what happens when that happens. Now, if he goes off on his own thing, it's going to be considered a deserting situation. And that's just going to cause more problems, because Geralt he's not here to fight their war. He doesn't care about it. He's like, I got a mission. But I feel like it's going to be okay, because I feel like this group, whatever's left of this army, and Geralt have a similar objective in that, you know, they're fighting Nilfgaard. And Geralt, even though he's not really fighting Nilfgaard per se, getting to Emhyr means going through Nilfgaard. So I don't think it's necessarily going to be a bad thing, is my point. I do think it's going to work out in that he'll have a little bit more support as far as the military. But yeah, his response was very apropos. It's going to be quite sticky to see what he's going to be able to do. It's going to make it a little bit more restricted, I guess, is the problem. She's probably going to want him to act like a proper knight, and that's not Geralt, you know, or any of the group. But we'll have to see how that all turns out next season. But for now, at least, they do have a safe place to, somewhat safe, I should say, to rest for a while they figure out their next moves. So that's where everyone's at. Geralt is deep in the heart of the South, but not quite there yet. Oh, and then we saw, Emhyr, that Emhyr is now sending some sort of beast after Geralt, someone that can track. And again, I'm glad it's a beast. A man is far more dangerous, to be perfectly honest. At least with a beast, Geralt can handle beasts. But yeah, that's what's going on. on. We've got a beast coming for Geralt. We've got Ciri having to figure out how to fight for herself. And then Yen is going to probably be in for another magical battle of her life coming up in the next season. So yeah, I think this season was actually quite good overall, guys. I know, like I said, a lot of people had mixed opinions of what to expect with the change up in the cast, but I actually think Liam did a good job. I don't feel like to me, I didn't feel pulled out of the story or pulled out of the character with him playing it. And I would say, if anything, I think I said this back in the first episode, that I feel like Liam's a little bit calmer. Like his overall demeanor and the way he's approaching Geralt feels a lot calmer than the way that Cavill approached. Like Cavill was much harder, much more like you felt the edge with Geralt with him. But I feel like Liam's a little bit softer in his approach. And I do think that might be on purpose though, because someone in my comments very aptly noted that Geralt's going through a transitional period. Like he's not the same Geralt of before. He doesn't have the same objectives or goals or thinking that the old Geralt did. This Geralt wants peace. This Geralt wants something nicer. He wants something less violent. His life isn't just about battle and monsters anymore. So it kind of makes sense actually that this is quote unquote a new Geralt. I mean, obviously we would have loved for, I would have loved it to still be Henry, but considering where things are going and the way that things have been decided, I think it's okay. I think that this softer approach to Geralt still works. And like I said, I think Liam's doing a decent job. I don't feel like I can't believe that he's Geralt, if that makes sense. And his chemistry with the rest of the cast seems really good. I think I mentioned that as well, that the cast members all said that they got along with him off camera and that there was a good synergy. So that's half the battle when you join a cast that's been together like this for 4 or 5 years. I'm glad that he was able to integrate fairly well. So, but overall, yeah, I think it was good. Like I said, if I had any qualms, it's probably that the writing feels very different this season. I can kind of feel that there's been deviations from potentially whoever was writing before, or maybe they have a whole new writing team in general, but it's not horrible. I'm not going to say it was bad writing, but it definitely feels a little different. I feel like it took me out a few times because it feels way more modernized. They're using modern terminology and certain things that just kind of felt a bit out of place. But outside of that, I don't think it was a bad season overall. I think my favorite episode was definitely the last episode with the magic fight. That was just great. I enjoyed that greatly. But otherwise, decent season. I really don't think it was that bad, and I will watch the final season because I want to see how this all wraps up, and hopefully it will, bring everything that they've got and, be a nice conclusion to what I think has been a really good fantasy series here on Netflix. So I enjoyed it, guys. Thank you so much for watching this whole series along with me. Again, you can watch the entire uncut reactions for the season now on Patreon if you are interested. Hopefully you enjoyed watching this with me, and I hope this isn't all that you want to watch. There's lots of good stuff coming down the pike here, always here on my channel, so please do subscribe if you haven't already. Hopefully you'll find something else in my catalog to join me on a journey for. Thank you so much for your watches, and I hope you have a good one, and I hope to see you in the next video.